All right, it's another day without a manager for the Padres. But there was news that one of their former coaches will be going to the Houston Astros. I guess he's a current coach for now, but officially he'll be going to the Astros here pretty soon, is what it seems like. As it came out today, there was some tweet, I think, by Brian McTaggart last night about it, but came out today from Kevin Acee in the UT that Victor Rodriguez will be leaving the Padres to go to the Houston Astros to be one of their hitting coaches. The Padres gave the Astros permission to talk to Victor Rodriguez. So to me, that's them being like, yeah, we're not going to have you come back anyway. And with a new manager, you're going to have the manager have strong influence on who he is going to bring in to be the hitting coach. If Albert Pujols is hired, is he going to want Victor Rodriguez to be the hitting coach, or is he going to want somebody else that he knows to be the hitting coach? And just overall, and it doesn't just go for Pujols, but anyone else that they brought in, obviously. But just with this, like, if you're the Padres, you probably got to understand Victor Rodriguez. Like, if he's getting an offer from the Astros to go be a hitting coach for them, he's in limbo here with this coaching staff, with this manager. So you kind of have to let him go talk to the Astros. Because even if the Padres don't know who they're going to hire yet, I think that's not really the right thing to do, to sit there and be like, nope, we're not going to let you go talk to the Astros when we don't even know if we're going to have you here for next year, you know? So good for Victor Rodriguez for him to land this job with the Astros. Um, I know that there was complaints, a lot of complaints from the Padres fan base about Victor Rodriguez, and oh, they need to fire Victor Rodriguez, fire the hitting coach when things aren't going right, because we hear that a lot. Obviously, you're not going to fire the players, fire the hitting coach. But how many hitting coaches will it take for people to understand that this is more on the players than on a hitting coach, right? When things were going well, people were praising the same guy that they were crapping on when things weren't going well. You think Victor Rodriguez changed what he was doing? Like it's on the players. Um, Victor Rodriguez, it's not like he talked to the media on camera a lot, so I can't really tell you. It's not like I have this strong feeling one way or the other on Victor Rodriguez. What I will say is, yeah, they need to hit for more power, but is that a Victor Rodriguez thing? Because I'm pretty sure some of the teams in the past that he's coached, like the Red Sox, they had power. So I think the bottom line is, like, the Padres need more power in the lineup, right? More for Victor Rodriguez to work with. Let's say he were to still be here. He's not going to be, but the next hitting coach, give them more to work with there in the power department. But also, it comes down to guys like Manny, guys like Tatis having good power seasons. Jackson Merrill, he had injuries this year, but can he be a little bit more of a power bat? I think he can. So there's guys in this order that can help this next hitting coach look better if they can perform. If the Padres scored runs in that more runs in the wild card series against the Cubs, if they didn't go scoreless in 24 innings against the Dodgers last year, or couple postseasons ago now, then Victor Rodriguez would have looked better. But I don't like to see when fans, want to blame something on the hitting coach. Like, do we think that Victor Rodriguez is the problem? I don't know. I'm going to trust Xander Bogaerts, the guy that's in there, and a guy that, multiple time All Star, World Series champ, like multiple times, by the way. I'm going to trust him when he likes Victor Rodriguez. I'm going to trust that and be like, all right, Victor Rodriguez he knows what he's doing. This next hitting coach, we'll see who it is. Is this a clue that they're not going to hire Ruben Niebla? Because would they, with 1 year left on Victor Rodriguez's contract, if Ruben was hired as the manager, would he just stick with Victor Rodriguez? Or maybe he has a strong preference for somebody else he knows. I don't know. To me, I feel like it's going to come down to Nick Hundley and Albert Pujols. But as the days go on, maybe it's going to be somebody else that hasn't been mentioned. It's not going to be Ryan Flaherty. I will be shocked if it's Ryan Flaherty. I don't think it'll be Ruben. I think it'll be Hundley, Pujols, or a mystery candidate that we haven't heard of. Is it? I don't think that they would go hire someone from the Dodgers, but I mean, they just won the World Series back-to-back years. Like, I don't think it would hurt to go talk to a Dodger coach. Um, but how many Dodger coaches would want to leave where they're at to come manage the Padres? You know, um, are they talking to Don Mattingly? I wouldn't be surprised if we hear that the Padres talk to Don Mattingly because why not? The World Series is over. The Rockies, like you're competing with the Rockies to hire a man. They got to hire a president of baseball operations, a general manager first before they go hire a manager. So you're the Padres, like, oh man, you didn't miss out on Walt Weiss with the Braves. The guy was there for a long time under Brian Snitker, and he was going to be the Braves manager. Like that's just that. So they can take their time here. You don't need to have a manager by the GM meetings in Vegas. It would be nice to, but you don't need to. I believe Schilt was brought in, or at least the press conference, I think was, when was that? November 21st or something like that? I think that's around the time that Schilt press conference was. So my point is, like, it's not like the Padres have these manager searches wrap up super quick. Sometimes they take their time with it, and that's what I want them to do. Take your time with it. I don't care if the manager's hired tomorrow. I don't care. Season, there's time. The season doesn't start for a while. Spring training doesn't start for a while. Like this manager can fly around like Schilt did, have conversations with key players. Like I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about is the Padres finding the right guy. Let's find the right guy. So we'll see who that's going to be. But Victor Rodriguez, not surprised. I'm happy that he found an opportunity here with the Astros because his job was in limbo. And he probably would not have come back as the hitting coach, even with the year left on his contract. So good that he got an opportunity because maybe the Astros would have filled out their staff and then Padres hire a manager and then Rodriguez gets let go and then where would he go? So I don't really have a strong feeling about Victor Rodriguez, the person or as a hitting coach, because there's so much stuff that we don't see, right? We're going to judge the offense, obviously, on the field, and then people are going to make assumptions about Victor Rodriguez and, oh, he needs to be fired and all that. But we don't see the process, right? The conversations with the players in the dugout, the conversations in the hitters' meetings before the game, the work in the cage, the work during BP, the work in spring training. I mean, this is a guy, remember, Gavin Sheets worked with Victor Rodriguez to help him rebound from what he was doing there with the White Sox. And look what Gavin Sheets helped us do, right? And the like Padres would not have been where they were at, a postseason team like that, wild card series, without Gavin Sheets, his production last year. And he would credit Victor Rodriguez himself, give Victor some of that credit as well. So we don't see all that behind the scenes work. So to me, it's kind of unfair to be like, yeah, Victor Rodriguez should have been fired. How many hitting coaches has it been? It's been a lot of hitting coaches. So we'll see who this next one is going to be. This next one, don't buy a place, rent a place because you're hired to be fired, especially with the Padres being a hitting coach. And just because a manager is going to come in every few years is what it seems like, every couple years, and then they're going to have a new staff. So that means that you're probably gone too.